failure to discard due to attachment. Failure to discard due to attachment. Now, this one, a lot of men suffer from, and I suffer from it myself, so I can speak on it. I suffer from it several times, and most men can relate. We don't get the best offers all the time. Even a man who gets girls may get girls that, yeah, she's cool, yeah, she's cute, whatever. But there's always that one that hits your heart hard. She connects with you on that level. And you start to think things like, man, she could be somebody, you know. And oftentimes, these are the type of girls we let a lot of red flags fly through because you're like, okay, we justify them, we explain them away. Okay, we allow the red flags because you're like, how is it that I know her so well? I want to tell her everything. And if you're writing poetry, you're singing songs, you're thinking about her all the time. But unfortunately, we forget sometimes we're living in modern times. This girl may be hitting you up all the time, but you're still on a hard roster. So you're busy working your regular job and you're grinding away, especially if you're saving money away, trying to be responsible. And you're like, oh, she hit me up all the time. She's saying all the sweet things. She must be the one. And we want to believe in the one. As much as I don't believe there's the one, but there's always one that hits you hard in your heart. You may have you may have a roster of, several girls, but there's always that one that gets you. And I think a lot of things that hold men back is when we see pronounced things that are red flags and we fail to detach. We fail to discard. We have to discard. When you're fishing, when you're catching fish, if the fish are too small, you have to put them back in the ocean. If you caught the wrong thing, you caught a turtle, put it back. Caught a frog. There's a whole bunch of things in the ocean than just fish. You go fishing for some type of fish. You go fishing for like salmon, and you specifically want salmon, and you find stingray, you find octopus, throw them back. But I think as men, we are so desiring of love and affection that we attach ourselves often, too often, to the wrong women, and we know better. We do. And we're touched just because this one showed me love a little differently. She spoke to me a little bit with respect. And girls, they are in men's spaces, so they'll learn a few words or two to get you in. And I swear, some men, all they need is a little touch of the shoulder, and they just melt. That's all the love they need. That's how sad it is out here, as far as the genuine affection. So now, a man must be skilled in the art of discarding women that he actually likes. She's cute, she's bubbly, but he can see that she's got a lot of red flags. She got dudes around her. She's a party person, and you know that that don't sit well for you. And oftentimes we'll let it play out, and it breaks our heart. So the point of the video is failure to discard due to attachment. Now you are attached because, and especially if she gives you that good, coochie and everything else, puts it down on you because she can see value in you. She's not ready to settle down with you, and that's what you would want. Because oftentimes I find that men are willing to do the whole settling down thing. Now women are like, hey, I just learned how to do, Super Saiyan level 3. Let me see how far I can go. Let me see if I can go to God level. They want to see how far they can go with their powers. That Dragon Ball Z analogy, if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So women they're not trying to settle down. Pretty girls are not trying to settle down. And women be like, oh, we're here, we're trying to settle down. I live in the real world. That's all I'm going to say about it. I live in the real world. So when a girl, especially if she was a bit fat and she lost weight, and now she's like getting all this attention, and now you meet her, she likes you. She might even do the things that makes you feel like, wow, ain't nobody ever came at me like that, with full strength, full force, like a goose train, and you're already thinking things. We say women think a lot of things about marriage and everything else, but you're already thinking things because it hasn't been happened to you. And then we start to see the red flags pop up, and that's the point of this message. We need to learn to detach, to discard. So the failure to discard due to attachment is one of the things that slows us down in our lives. And man should be focused on his purpose, in his direction, on his health, and he needs to discard as frequently as possible because that's what they're doing with you anyway. They're gonna block you in a second. Women block guys like that because they're already she was dealing with you, there was another guy on block. She blocked that guy so that you don't know she was dealing with another guy. She told you she was single. She was single after she blocked that guy. So now we gotta be, as men, you gotta be proactive in the sense that you need to have your heart ready to discard. It's a harsh reality to say yes, but you need to be able to discard very easily. And some of us, I think our attachment style is when she likes me, she's cute, she's friendly. That's all I need. She wrap my head good. She wrap it the back of my neck. I feel good. I'm gone. And you want her to be your wife. You want her to have your children. And you're willing to sacrifice for her. You would go to war for her. And you would. But you need to discard of her because she's for the streets. The majority of women admire the street life culture. We say for the streets, they admire that. They see it as freedom, independence, not being under a man. So a failure to discard due to attachment is a disease. So unfortunately, I am teaching. I won't shy away. We need to learn to discard when things are not what they should be. And unfortunately, once everything she's done properly, she's used a few talking points. I'm not like these other girls. You can have passed my phone, have a look. You're like, wow, this is different because you use it to talk to women. But she still has other things. Oh, I'm just going to see my ex. He was a good friend. He helped me through a hard time. He's sick. Failure to discard, get rid of, delete, block, everything due to attachment. We need to learn that, unfortunately. And it needs to be a skill set that we have that we do very well. Because otherwise, when men are broken, they're not very productive.